Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is the Real Estate Marketing Roundtable. We're going to be talking about some crazy stuff. Gene and I are by ourselves today. Jake had to go hang out with a veteran family and help them move. Nick had some other previous engagements that he could not come in with. But Gene and I are going to riff. We're going to have fun. We're going to just kind of banter back and forth. If you guys have any thoughts, theories, or concerns, please bring the comments and the questions into the chat. Before we get there, here is the countdown. Well, the first thing I have to say, Gene, is gosh dang it, you're a good looking man. And I'm so glad you're going to be my ride or die homie today since everybody else bailed on us like fools, but we still love them. How are you today?
Well, like you said, I am super fantastic looking. You're right about that. So I keep you close to the vest because you're smart and you say all the obvious things. So there it is. It's me and you today. I just shared out the live version of this onto my social, and I put it's just the Junior Grandmaster and the Evil Bald Ninja. We're lonely. Come join us. So I think we're gonna have some. Should we do some like pillow talk and stuff?
Oh, dude, I love snuggle talk. Absolutely.
All right.
But I want to ask one question from you. And Paul Johnson, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you. I love you right back. Thank you for watching the show and hanging out with us. I want to ask you one thing. Like, what in your world, in the marketing, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What's been one of the most beneficial things that you've been able to do for your clients in today's climate change, in politics, economics, the whole nine yards?
Look, if you listen to this show, this has to be redundant for you at this point. It's about making your marketing personal. So you asked me a very specific question, and that was, what are we seeing that makes a difference? And you probably have heard me talk about the best of series before on these shows where, right? Like we basically create pages local to your geography, your city, your county, your whatever. We try to localize it and niche it down. And then we tell everybody all the greatest stuff about your neighborhood, right? Real estate is all about being personal and knowing your territory. So when people jump onto the best of page and they see you interviewing all the local businesses and they see you drinking the local beers and they see you out and about helping the painters, the plumbers, the title companies, and all these other things without expectation of anything for yourself in return, well, two things are happening. You're dropping good karma in the world, which is always a good thing because that's going to come back. And you're out there. Who's the expert in the area? So when people go and find their space and they see that X, Y, and Z real estate agent is out running around Danville and he's interviewing and in space with all of the biggest local business owners, well, that's got to be the guy I call, right? So we're taking this marketing and we're making it personal. That's really right now where we're getting the most street cred and the most engagement and response online. That's where it's happening.
Okay. I love where you're going, and I'm going to piggyback on what you just said. Pardon me. My goodness gracious.
My word.
I know, my word. How dare I? There's a guy, ironically, his name is Greg. He lives in Vegas. He and his partner are going out, and they're going to all these different restaurants and different events and different stuff, and he's videotaping this stuff. I met him on Clubhouse. Very nice guy. I'm telling you one thing. There are more secrets about Vegas and cool places to go than you could ever imagine, which I'm sure a lot of folks can't imagine. But I didn't know about it. And so the reason why I'm telling you this story is the fact that, getting out there and talking about the cool, intimate aspects of your neighborhood is a huge plus. Because when I watch his videos, and I do watch his videos, I watch all the videos he puts out. He's eating sushi, he's eating steaks, he's going to these private club places. He's doing bowling. That's a crazy bowling. I mean, it's just incredible. And if, in all honesty, Gene, if I was to move to Vegas, I would call him to do business with because he knows the neighborhoods. It's about knowing the neighborhoods, knowing your market, knowing your environment, and then bringing value. Because a lot of us, dude, we just think that we just do a transaction, 4 walls and a roof, and boom, done, and we're out the door. That's not the point. I mean, I moved into a new place here in San Francisco, which is interesting. Let's put it that way. I'll talk to you off air about that. But also, I'll tell you one thing, like this condo development that we moved into, they have like a dog grooming area. They have a game room downstairs with all kinds of cool stuff. They have a theater. They have multiple business areas where you can meet and greet with clients, walking areas, a rooftop, bar with barbecues and everything else. Nobody really uses the facility. And so having knowledge about something that's in your neighborhood that you can exploit in a good way and say, look, Gene, if you're going to be moving to San Francisco, you got to check this place out. Do you guys like playing games? Do you like, shooting pool? Do you like, barbecuing? Do you like views? Do you like this? Do you like that? And then to say, that's a good place to the bad place. That is probably one of the biggest marketing attributes that you can do as a real estate agent in 2022 as this is being recorded. But, it's also being friendly. So I go to the dog park, as you guys all know when you listen to these shows. I have multiple deals going right now with multiple millions of dollars purely because I talk about dog poop and dog dietary. I know it's disgusting. Believe me, I almost throw up in my mouth every time I say that. But here's the thing. That's hyper local. It's relationship building, and it allows you to be relatable to the other folks that you're around. So if you were to become relatable, what would your first move be?
Get out, start practicing in front of the camera. People can see through fake, and people see through nervousness and inexperience. So one of the things that one of my partners from the Community Connect podcasts, also on RU Nation.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's a phenomenal show. You have to go listen to that.
Yep. So we're just getting that branched up. We're getting everything all redone. I'm kind of excited. The website is about 70% done, and it looks fantastic. So that's going to be launched soon. But I've just lost my train of thought. Where we talking how to become relatable. So Brian, aka Captain Link Juice, on the show is one of my partners in some other lines of business. And one of the things we do when we get with realtors is we go, for the most part, we found over time that most realtors and business owners are nervous. Probably most people in general are nervous about getting on video for the first time. So one of the ways we do it is we go, okay, look, here's what we want to do. We do a Zoom call with them. And by the way, I'll do a Zoom call with anybody on this if they want to get involved in this. This is real simple, and it'll get you into a space that you're comfortable. So what we'll do is we'll get on a Zoom call with Greg McDaniel, and I'll go, Greg, here's what we think you need to do. You need to become more relatable, more personable. You need to be a man of the community. How do we do that? By posting pictures? Yeah, sure. But how best to do it? Get behind the video camera and give people good information, interview the logo. Oh man, I'm nervous about video. I've never done it before and I don't want people to see it. We go, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the 4 video challenge with you. So Greg, what I want you to do is
I want you to 4 video challenge. I want to hear about this.
I'm going to tell you right now. This is what we do with the agents that are nervous. I'll go, I want you in the next week, commit to me that you'll do 4 1-minute videos. Okay. And they go, what do I talk about? And I go, I don't know. And they go, what camera should I use? And I go, I don't know. And they go, what should I wear? And I go, I don't know. What should I have it? I don't know. That's the point. So what I want you to do is I want you to do 4 videos, send them to Brian and I. We're the only ones that see them. We're not going to put them out, nothing. And then we're going to tear them to shreds. Typically what we see is if we have a 10-point system, you hit 6 points of it. The content was good. Camera angle was good. Maybe your lighting was off a little bit. I couldn't hear you real well. Let's talk about a $100 mic. So what we'll do is we basically take those 4 videos, we tear them apart and tell you these 5 items, these 5 things, like maybe you did the phone this way, instead of horizontal. Just turn your phone long ways. Here's why. We'll go through it with you and we'll talk about your content and what you should put out there. This is boring. I don't remember that, whatever. And then when we shoot all that stuff back at you, we have you do a 5th video. That becomes the first video you put out to the world. How much better do you think is that first video to the world because of the 4 previous than most other agents in the world? You now, like, think about the stupid stuff, right? When I go live, if I've never gone live before, what happens? Does it give me a countdown? Does it go live right away? Will they hear me? What happens when they see me? Do I wait for people to get on, right? The 4th time you do that, you're like, yeah, I know how this works. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Let's go. I'm not waiting for anybody today. I'm going to get going. You can watch this on recorded version later. So you get comfortable with those little things that make you nervous because you don't know. And once we get to a space in that 5th video, you actually are 50 to 75 times better. 10 times better. Let's be reasonable. 10 times better than you would have been if you didn't do those 4 videos with us. And you get comfortable. Now your speech is better. And I mean, Greg, we could dig back into the archives. I know for a fact that your first couple videos were probably ugly, right?
Oh God, you want to say ugly? It was. Well, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking right now, but yes, it was horrific. My hair was off. My mic was off. There was no content I talked to, but I just practiced and practiced and practiced. And I just made a decision for myself that I was going to make 4 to 6 videos a week. And like you're saying, like very short, concise content.
Yep.
So I went to Pinterest and I found content that I wanted to talk about very quickly. Then I went into my email and I saw what people were asking, and I would answer the questions, on video.
That's it.
And it was like, hey, so I got an email from a client of mine, and this was their question. Obviously, not revealing any content about who the individual was.
Yep.
And then I just went and I didn't stop doing it. I went and then looked at my Google ratings. I owned the first 3 pages of Google with my videos because nobody was doing it. Still, people aren't going to do it. It's absolutely mind-boggling in regards to the ability you have for visibility, but we don't take action out of fear. Once you get rid of the fear and you start taking action, all of a sudden it's not fearful anymore. Because, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to fuck up. Let me make that really freaking clear. Enjoy the process, but listen to what Gene is saying, because I think he's walking you through a process where you can take what Gene and I have done by failing so many times in video and content and creation and editing and production and lighting and mics and the whole thing. We can walk you all through that. That's the easiest damn thing on God's green earth, besides breathing, which is one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, thank God,
required. Right? It's required. Yeah.
We got a couple of good questions here. They're coming through on the forum. Gene, I want you to take this one really quick. It's from Thomas Towns. Hey guys, I'm thinking about starting some geofencing for listings in a particular neighborhood. Is there a particular company that you would recommend working with for postcard mailings and etc.? Gene, where would you go with that answer?
So I want to be clear, Thomas. The question's great. It's a good one. It's important. I'm not really a mailer. We do a little every door direct mail every once in a while. That's not kind of what my team or my folks handle, but I can tell you that Wise Pelican is up there. Just look for real estate related postcards. Wise Pelican is one I hear a lot that does well. If you want to put a little of your own sweat equity into it, you can do Vistaprint. They're cost effective in most cases, and they do nice work. They're pretty quick turnaround. You may have to do other things like a company like Wise Pelican. I could be off, but I think they'll help you design, print, and mail. Whereas like if you go to Vistaprint, you design it yourself, they'll print it for you, and then you have to go through the EDDM service or the USPS yourself to mail it. So there's might be a little bit more sweat equity. There was another one, Postcard Mania, I think, is another one too. That is as a company. These are reputable companies that you're probably not going to lose any money on, right? Like you might not like the end product because you're pickier than some, and that's okay. But those are three I'd probably start with and do a little comparison.
Yeah, that's really good. When it comes to doing some of the geofencing, geo farming or geofencing, Clever Lead, spelled with a K, have been very kind to me in regards to my returns. They also have a postcard integration system built in, so you can do that. You can hire a VA, aka a virtual assistant, and it's under $1,000 a month, and it's a 40-hour a week employee. So they do everything you can possibly want. So if you want to be really leveraged, I would look at what Gene was talking about, and then maybe take a look at Clever. If you want to analyze your database to really get deep in stuff, go to likely.ai/refresh. They'll analyze your database and tell you who the most likely people are to sell in the next 90 days. It doesn't cost you a damn thing for it to be analyzed. They don't harvest your data. They already have 3,000 to 5,000 data points on every single person in the United States. And then they'll pin contact information. That's been one of our biggest problems in our team, is pinning additional contact information, because people move, life changes, everything else. But you can buy the data set after they analyze it, or you don't, but it's not going to cost you a dime. But that's where I would start first. Paul also has a great question here. He says, so true, the neighborhood specialist, the trusted advisor versus the bloodthirsty realtor who only is interested in his or her commission. So how do you combat that, Gene, in your world? I mean, how would you advise someone to get ahead of someone who's just a bloodthirsty realtor who's trying to get, put some money in their pocket?
It's so easy. It's so easy. People smell the sharks in the water these days. I have so much access to what you do in your life that it only takes me 5 minutes to find out if you're a huckster or if you're serious. If you watch this show, I invite you to watch a couple past episodes of this. I do a decent business with GVI Media. You'll notice I don't sell anything on the show ever.
He doesn't.
I don't. And they'll yell at me like, I happen to know, and I don't recommend that you do this, because I'm not saying to you, my sales tactic is super unique, and people look at me with a crooked head all the time. Like, are you an idiot? I probably leave a lot of money on the table by not going, call me at this number, right? That's kind of not what I do. I do a vetting process, right? But what you'll see is, if you look at all of my content online, 99% of it is all about infusing information, giving people stuff. Maybe there's some, when I hit the gym and I'm in good headspace and I'm dieting right, there might be some motivational things that come in there. I'm certainly not a freak like that, but I'm a 47-year-old guy that likes to do certain things and stay in shape. I like to move. And if I can get somebody else to move, it helps your day get better, right? So you're going to find over my content over the years, I'm not out there asking for credit cards and sign up for my landing page and do these things. I just happen to know I'm going to make my connections with people, and then they're going to call me out for certain reasons, and we'll establish a relationship, and somewhere down the road, they'll put their trust in me if they need the service, right? Yeah. So for me, it's all about constantly giving. And at some point, somebody's going to go, dude, you've given so much of your time and so much of your effort. I want to get you back. I have a guy that needs X, Y, and Z. Can you help them? And I get phone calls every single week from this show, from friends that know what I do because I do it. Now, I'll say this. When we do the best of series, and I invite you to go right now, I'm working with a guy in my area, Trevor Williams from Vanguard Realty, who's doing the best of Westchester with me. I'm the camera guy. So if you go look, I went out and did the camera work because they went to a burger joint, and the second one we did was Artillery Brewery. So
oh my God.
Yeah, he goes, do you want to send
come on
out? I go, dude, if we're going to Artillery Brewery, I'm coming with you and I'm drinking, right? Like that's part of that's part of the fun, dude. You're in space with people. We do restaurants and breweries all the time. I mean, look, that's what I do. My wife goes, it's noon. Where are you going? I go, I'm going to Levante. For what? We're filming a business expose. The agent's out there. She's like, you're going to be drinking beer for lunch again, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I am. Right.
Yeah.
So, so when you get out there and you do it, here's what we do with Trevor's. And I invite you again, go to the Best of Westchester on Facebook and see it. And one of the last posts is the video we did with Buddy's Burgers and Fries. So when he intros the video, he's like, hey, Trevor Williams from Vanguard Realty Services. We're here at X, Y, and Z, not buy real estate from me. You're doing the Westchester space. You're the expert in that space. You let them know in the beginning, this is who I am real quick. And then at the end, when the video ends, we drop all the contact information. If you want to get in touch with Trevor about real estate needs or doing a video for your business, give us a call. So I'm not jamming the sales tactic down your throat. I'm just going like this. Gene Volpe here. We're going to talk to you today about increasing your leverage and your exposure on social media. And, listen, by the way, if there's my guy, Brian, right there. He's chiming in. He does love burgers and fries, and he'll tell you I love beer too. But at the end of it, I'll go and look, if you need help with something that I run around in space with, I'd be happy to help. Doesn't cost you anything to find out. Just give me a buzz. I'm here. I do the marketing stuff. I'm a funnel hacker. You see that? I do see that. Yeah. If you need help in that space, I'd be happy to help you. And if it makes sense for us to do business down the road, that's fine too. But notice how that's different than like sign up for my services, right? So as a real estate agent, I think it's important you just let everybody, like one of the things Brian says all the time is, if you are a real estate agent, I sort of assume you know real estate. So what else do I need to know about you, right? Like, you don't have to tell me all these things. I got it. You're in the real estate space. Cool. But what are you doing for the local businesses in your area? What are you doing for the other folks in that space? What the hell is that? Do you hear that?
What?
No. There was a total terrible echo with my voice. That was weird.
Well, that's just your voice, and that's okay. That's why we love you. But no, I think what you're saying is 100% accurate. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I was bit in a big dog fight. Like, it was bad. I was in the ER for a day, getting medication and tetanus shots and everything else. And the folks at the dog park, and this comes down to not being salesy, right? They're always like, Greg, what do you do? And you never talk about what you do. And I'm like, well, I really kind of, freak people out and put them in debt. And they're like, what? I'm like, I do real estate. I sell homes. I help people buy and sell homes. I've picked up 3 or 4 I'm in a $3+ million deal right now. I have another 2.5. I have probably another 4 million deal. And these numbers are not to impress anybody. They're just the marketplace that I'm in. That's it. It could be a couple 100,000. It could be a couple 100 million. Doesn't matter. My point is that when I got bit by these dogs, and by the way, that fucking hurt. So did the tetanus shot. But
tetanus shot was probably worse.
Oh, damn. My left shoulder was sore for like 4 days.
Shots were brutal.
Ugh. But I go back to the dog park and everyone's always asking me, how are you? What's going on? And one guy, even because I saved his dog from this other dog, and he bought me a bottle of vodka. And he's like, here, this is a thank you gift. And he's like, by the way, what do you do for a living? And I said, I do real estate. He's like, well, that's interesting because we're thinking about selling our house. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, we're thinking about doing something, but we just don't know what's going on in the marketplace. And so the point is that when you get relatable, you get into conversation, you get into relationships. Once you understand that and saying like, hey, download my blah, 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 or whatever else, and you just start being a human being, talking about dog poo, talking about cats, talking about beer, talking about burgers, talking about knitting or sewing or driving or cars or the boating, or pick your poison on this one. And you stop being salesy, you become like a gravitational pull because people want to do business with people who like what they like. And I would, obviously Gene and I are running up on the end of this show right now, but I would encourage you guys to go out there and really have fun with that and kind of explore it. Here's a very funny example. Now, everybody who's listening who cannot see what I'm going to show you, my girlfriend and I are going to Lake Tahoe for a quick little vacay next week. And she's like a lead brick. This chick just sinks in water. She's so pissed at people that can swim because she tries so hard, but she goes right to the bottom of the pool. So I got her a life vest. I got her a wetsuit. And then this is the funny part about this, Gene. We have a dog. His name's Rupert. You guys have probably heard me talk about him quite a bit. And Jackie decided to get him this life vest for a dog. And for the guys hearing my voice right now, it's a doggy life vest with a shark fin on it. Now, why do I say this? It's because people laugh their rear ends off when they see him walking around in this thing, and it begins the conversation. So, what's something in your life that you can poke fun at a little bit, find a little levity, a little humor, and then build a relationship with another human being? I mean, Gene, if you were to build a relationship with somebody else right now off of something that's kind of silly in your life or something that's a little bit off color or different, where would you start with that?
I don't know. You told me, you got me off guard. I don't know. What do you mean? Explain it a little bit better. Ask me the question a different way.
Okay, so if you were to find a topic of conversation that is a little bit not normal, a lot of people want to talk about the weather, their kids, their spouses, their work, something like that. If you were to say,
I got you.
I'm going to Lake Tahoe for a quick 3-day, 2-night vacation, and we bought our dog a shark fin wetsuit. Do you guys have one of those?
Very random and strange. One of the things that I wish I did better that I do on occasion when I think about it is, first of all, I say hello to everybody, right?
Oh my God. I have so many stories on this one. So go ahead. I'm going to piggyback on you on this one.
No, it's fine because this is going to be short. But one of the things I mess with every once in a while is instead of saying hey or what's up or hello, I go, tell me something that's made you smile today. Right? Like, and what it does is it catches you off guard, like you just got caught off guard.
I did.
And people go, wait, what? Instead of hello, I want to know what made you smile today. And that's an easy way to break the ice and get into a conversation where somebody goes, well, I got a chance to see my grandkids today after a week and a half. Oh, tell me about that. Like, it's an easy way. It's a good conversation starter because you're asking somebody, like, let's do it. Ready? Tell me something that's made you smile today.
What made me smile today?
I mean, aside from me, go ahead.
Okay. So here's the funny thing about this, and this is going to make everybody barf in their mouths. The dog face over here, he has just will not poop anywhere except for his certain part of this hill where he goes. But what made me smile today is he pooped in the fake grass in the dog park on the rooftop, and that made me smile. I'm like, oh, thank you, baby Jesus. I don't have to hike up that damn hill. So that made me smile. So that is a heck of a conversation. Veronica.
So for you, I would have went like this. Oh, that's great. Have a great day. And moved on. Okay, this guy's a little fucking nuts. Fair enough.
A little nuts. Fucking
but listen. But if I was somebody who was a dog lover and I asked you that question, we probably would talk for the next hour about places my dog pooped. You know what I mean? Like, that's
exactly.
it's a way to open up, to set people off. Like, remember we talk about in a place where like marketing is pattern interrupt, right? You're used to the same things all the time. So I walk down my street, I go, hey, what's up? The guy goes, yeah, what's up? Or maybe, how you doing today? I'm doing good too. I go, hey, what's made you smile? I'm sorry, can you repeat that? What's made you smile today? Oh, that's a fucking weird question. But I'll tell you, here's what it was. I got to have coffee with my wife on the deck today. I usually don't do that. That was cool. Oh, okay. So, what kind of coffee do you like? What's your wife's like? I mean, there's a million ways to skin that cat. And I think that
hey, we're not skinning cats here, okay?
Oh, it's a saying.
Pete is listening, so we can't skin cats. Gosh.
So let's go back to Luke Medico's question. Okay. Could we do that?
Well, first we got to say hi to Veronica. She's here with us.
Hey, Veronica.
She's giggling, I guarantee you.
Yeah, no question about it.
All right.
So Luke always comes through with the proper questions. This is a guy that I happen to know. And actually, I was on his, as we're talking, if he's still looking, I'm looking at the summer mastermind, yo. I'm thinking I'm going to be there. Greg, I'll talk to you about that offline. Please. But yeah, can there be a paid closeless version of these on OnlyFans asking for a friend? And I'd say, Luke, we know that you are that friend. And I'm going to tell you, I'm super disappointed in you because if you know anything about me, you know that I already have a paid closeless version of OnlyFans for marketing. So thanks for paying attention, big guy. I appreciate it.
Actually, I have an OnlyFriends account as well. Never posted anything. Don't really understand it, but I
don't know what OnlyFriends is.
OnlyFriends is like a site where girls go on and shake their booty.
It's called OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Sorry.
I mean, wait a minute. I mean, hold on. What site is that? I don't know that site.
And we're moving forward. And wait a minute. My handle is this. No. Ladies and gentlemen, as Gene and I just back and forth and laugh our butts off about this stuff, I mean, what we're really talking about is being different in a specific way. And I think what Gene has said here on the show today is absolutely freaking awesome about asking, hey, what made you smile today? Because what I do here in San Francisco, they got a giant fucking log shoved up their ass.
Wow.
Metaphorically and sometimes physically. It really
Jesus.
depends.
That was hardcore.
Dude, I do this. I say hello to everybody. I'm like, hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hello. And a lot of people, they just dismiss me and they keep moving by. And you know what I'm going to do? And this is a competition I'm going to push out to everybody right now. I want you to, compete with yourself. And I want you to go out and every person you come across, doesn't matter who it is, ask them, what made you smile today? Just see what that reaction is. I guarantee you, they're going to stop in their tracks. And Gene, I'm going to talk to you offline about this, but I think there's something really big there. I think that's an ingenious thing. If you were to pick another couple of conversation topics that you would encourage people to go out and start doing, and if they're not comfortable asking, what made you smile today? What would be one or two other questions somebody could ask to another human being to get a conversation going, to build a relationship, to help and bring value to their lives?
Are you asking me that now?
Fuck yeah, I'm asking. Bitch, wow. I'm asking you right now.
Wow. What's your poop schedule like? How's that? Like, look, I set you off again. See what I'm doing? It doesn't even matter. As long as I get you to go, wait, what the hell did you say? Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think if you just infuse a little bit of, I don't know. I like to listen. I know it's funny because most people will say I talk a lot, but I really do listen to people. And I think it's interesting to find out what their joys are. I mean, anywhere we go, I'll know 75 people. Like, it doesn't matter. My wife is like, how do you know so many people? I go, because I'm genuinely interested in them and what they do. So if you've ever come across me and met me, I'm asking you about your kids. I want to know about your wife. I want to know about your husband. Where do you come from? What do you do? Like, where did you grow up? I'm that guy. I love going places. I was in Florida. This is so funny. I was in Florida and I met a guy there on our team for the very first time a couple months back, Paul Pykosh. Mm-hmm. And while we were doing stuff with some of the real estate agents in the office, he and I broke off and I wanted to get to know him. And I go, where are you from? He's like, Maryland. I go, how'd you get down here? And he tells me the story. And he goes, where are you? I go, Westchester. He goes, oh, I have some friends in Westchester. Now, think about it. He's from Maryland. I'd never met him before. He now lives in Florida. What are the chances I know somebody he knows, right? He goes,
very low.
He goes, let me see who knows up there. Jimmy Diorio. And I go, stop. He goes, what? I go, does he have a son in 7th grade? He's like, yep. I'm like, yeah, he's in my daughter's class. And he's like, yeah. He goes, wait, what? I go, the first person you rattled off, I know him and his father. Like, I knew. So, and this guy who I know from our school, the father, actually roomed with Paul in college. They were roommates in college. Like,
no, they weren't.
Yeah. So, like, I'll always connect those two. So whenever I see Jimmy, I'm always like, yo, how's Paulie P doing? He's like, oh, dude. So it's just one of those things. I get in people's space. And, as a real estate agent, what's more powerful when you, after 6 months, when you meet somebody, for you to go, can I help you with anything? Or you go, yo, how's Jackie and Rupert? And you go, wait, hold on. Wait, why do you remember that? Because I care. Because I care. And I was interested 6 months ago. I'm still interested, right? Like, how's it going? And that's sort of what I, if you said to me, what's your superpower? That's it. That's my superpower, is getting in your space and genuinely looking people in the eyes and having conversations with them where I'm not doing this. Like, you're not going to see me. Oh, really, Greg? How's Rupert? Okay. Yeah. No, I'm listening. Go ahead. Like, that's not what I do. I'm listening to you. I want to talk about it. I got ideas. I want to throw things at you. I want to tell you what I like. And I think it just creates a relationship with folks from the outset that'll go longer in the long run.
I'm 1,000% behind you on that one. And we're going to wrap it here in a minute, but it's about building the relationships. Like, Jackson and I moved into this new condo in the interim between different properties. And we're looking at buying a ranch up in like Healdsburg, Napa County, like that wine country area. And everyone's always asking me like, oh, what are you doing with your housing? How's this? How's that? And I'll just respond back to them, you know what? It's going great. I appreciate you asking. But the fact of the matter that they actually give a flying fuck about what my next steps are in life endears me to them. And then I ask about their kids. I ask about their dog. I ask about their next steps. I ask about their business. I get that conversation going. But the most important thing is actually listening to the other person's words. It goes a long ways if if you can listen to the tonality and the actual words coming out of their mouths, and you're just like, yeah, I'm okay. Be like, bro, we need to talk, brother. You sound like you're having a rough day. What's going on? How can I assist you?
Listen, you just said something that I don't talk about a lot, but I teach my kids this. I think tonality is the most important tool that you have in your toolbox.
Right? It is.
And I teach my kids that. So my daughters have a habit of when they talk to their grandmother, they talk to her like this, like with the connotation of, are you stupid? Why are you asking this question? Like, that, and I know they don't mean it, but I will go, I'll whistle at them on the couch and go, yo, watch your tone. Like, watch your tone. And I use that, like, if we're out in space and you get me into a corner and you go, you're in trouble now. And I go, please don't hurt me. What are you going to do? But if I turn that up and I go, back up, bro, or something's going down, right? Like, I'm just giving you an example. It's a stupid.
Yeah. I hear you.
And I don't want to yell, because if I did what I would normally do, it would break people's speakers and eardrums. But it's tonality. I could say the same exact thing 2 different ways, and it comes off completely different. So I'm glad you said tonality, because tonality is super, super important when you're dealing with other folks. And I don't think it gets taught enough. And I think that a lot of people wonder why they don't have certain friends and why they're not doing business. And it could be in the tone of your voice in a lot of cases. We should do a whole show on that.
I would be totally down for that. When it comes to communication, and Veronica, I am not repeating your comment. That is not true.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah, it was dirty. We're not saying that on air, by the way. Because I don't ask that question, just to be honest, ever. I ask how she's doing. Shut up. She's just getting a kick out of this.
Yeah.
But when it comes to communication, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to end the show, is that 7% of your communication are the actual words you use. 36% is your tonality, up or down. Depends on how you want to communicate. 55% is going to be visual. So that's why in-person meetings, video conferencing, and stuff like that are so important, because if you don't do those and you're afraid of the camera, you're afraid of meeting people, whatever else, you're missing out on over 50% of the ability to connect with another human being.
Crazy.
But what you can control is your tonality. Now, as an exercise, I want you to do this. I want you to envision your favorite actor or actress. Doesn't matter who they are. It's your favorite actor or actress. Now, those folks are trained in what they do, and their tonality goes up, it goes down, it goes strong, it goes light. But it's their way of communicating. So for you have to be bigger than what you think you have to be, because when they go home at night, Gene, give me your favorite actor or actress right now. Any name?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Well, that motherfucker kicks some ass lately.
Listen, he's not my favorite. I'm just teasing, but he's in the news, so go.
But Johnny Depp, when he plays the captain in the Pirates of the Caribbean, you'd think that motherfucker goes home and is that animated all the time? No, he's exhausted, and he's gonna be like this. Hello, hi, how are you doing? Just how he was in the trial. Very different personalities. So when it comes to, talking with your clients and everything else, bring yourself alive a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Show that you have some personality. Because Gene and I, like when he and I talk offline, it's a little bit different because we're playing a character on the show. We have different roles to play. And that's our job. Shut up, Gene. Don't give me that.
I was going to say, This is sort of what you see is what you get with me.
Well,
I'm not that much different off camera.
and that's not a lot of hair, but it's okay.
Oh.
Anyways, we always make jokes. We have fun together. So you guys go out there, have a blessed and powerful day. Gene, I need you to do something for me before we get out of here. I need a color for the bow on the show.
I'm going to give you one, but wait, I want to show you something first. We're going to share this with the people.
Can you please not make it something hard to spell?
No. I promise. Well, I promise you that it will be easy to spell. Hold on. I'm dilly-dallying here because I'm looking through my pictures and I want to show you something because I know you'll appreciate it.
Be careful what you share, okay? I know how your photos
it's all
go.
good. It's all good. It's all good. Actually, I'll have to dig this up and maybe we'll share it on another show because real quick without wasting too much time, I do not. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it.
I got it.
You talk about my hair all the time, right?
Well, the lack of, yes. Wait, do you have a photo with you with hair?
No. So, well, of course I have. Yes, I do that. I do that. But also from time to time, as for fun, I'll go out wearing wigs.
No, you don't.
100%. So wait, here, look. This is the last. So let me set the stage. So we had a party for my daughter's in 8th grade this year, and we were at a party, right? It was it was some daddy-daughter dance. It was the daddy-daughter dance. We go to the dance. We end back at this place. And one of the mothers, like knowing me, says something to the effect of, "Don't you wish you had hair or whatever?" And I go, "Yeah, sometimes I wear a wig out." And she's like, "You do not." And I was like, "No, I do." And she's like, "I have a couple wigs in my bedroom," which is another story for another day. "Would you wear one of them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bring it down." So she brings this wig down, and I end up putting it on, and we all go out to the bar with the kids. And my daughter Izzy is always like, in the past, she would be like, "Dad." And now she's like so over it. She's like, just whatever. She's like, whatever. Well, that's fine. You can wear that in here. This is over. We'll be over there. Come get us when you're done. So this is one of the latest. This is one of the latest ones. I'm actually a fan of it. I make up some.
Veronica, I want you to get a screenshot of this and do a meme with Gene on this. This is just too damn funny.
Can you share it? And you can see like the guy sitting next to me is Hugh. That's Huey. It's another one of the fathers. You can see how he's like so off. He doesn't even recognize. Like he's like, yeah, he's got a wig on. So what?
Oh, okay. Veronica got the screenshot.
You have to get a screenshot. I would have emailed it to you.
She'll we'll do the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a perfect example of how to have fun.
Yes.
And you're not taking yourself too seriously. A lot of us get our panties in a bunch because we're like, oh my god, I need to be so serious. I need to do this. Oh my gosh.
So wait, you want to laugh? So here's how serious it was not. I'm sitting at that chair there, and we're like 10 feet from the bar, and there's a bunch of people at the bar, and this lady walks up to me and she goes like this. I hope you don't mind this, but can I touch it? And I went like this. Well, excuse me, can you touch what? And she was like, your wig. I go, what makes you think this is a wig? And then, of course, I let her take it off and put it on her head. And, it was a bit. She goes, and then she says to me, Greg, you'll love this. And then she says like this to me. And then I'll tell you what the color for the bow is. She goes, I've seen 3 men in here tonight with wigs on, and yours is the best. And I was like, there were 3 other men in here with wigs on? What kind of bar is this? All right. In any case, let's go with the color gray, since that was the color of the wig.
It was the color of the wig.
Right.
And that was, guys, if you are hearing this and you didn't see that, you have to go back and watch this video. We're at 42 minutes and change, and that's when that came on. So go back and watch that, because I honestly literally lost my shit right there. All right. Veronica is going to make that on our next shirt. Instead of making fun of Matt, she's going to make fun of Gene, which Veronica has made very funny shirts for us in the past. Very talented human being. Get to know her, Veronica Jones, out of Texarkana, Texas. I love saying it like that. We love you to pieces, guys. Gray is the bow on the show today. We love you to pieces. We can't do the show without you. We literally cannot do this show without you. So go out there and share this content. Yes, this was more of a fun show, not very educational, but kind of just riffing back and forth, some good little nuggets here and there. So if you like anything, go ahead. put a little hashtag for Gene Volpe, Greg McDaniel, REU. Go to REUNation.com if you guys want additional content. We have amazing contributors that are putting up content on a consistent basis. We're just getting off the ground. You're going to love this thing, guys and gals. We're going to be like the YouTube of real estate content from everybody around the globe. No joke. So go to REUNation.com. We love you to pieces. Until next time, peace out, ninjas.